jag kommer köra på engelska. Men jag kommer från Sverige som ni hör. Så att ni får stå ut med min svengelska helt enkelt. Hoppas det är okej. My name is Sanna and I represent Fillauer Europe, a supplier company based in Stockholm, Sollentuna. But I live in Varberg on the west coast here. I've been working as a CPO clinically for 4 years. And since September, I've been with Fillauer, working with education on our products, support to our customers, and a lot of things. And I really enjoy it. Today, I want to give you a brief introduction of the company Fillauer, who we are and what we do. We're going to focus on the all-pro foot. And most important, we are going to get the user perspective of using the all-pro. I promise it will not be more than 2 minutes of history of Fillauer. What I want you to know is that we are a company over 100 years old. We are hoping to be on the market for 100 more, always with the goal to develop and bring the business forward to make the best possible outcomes for you, the users. From the beginning, there has been CPOs involved, and there still is. We have a wide range of different feet. Most of them are developed from inputs from either CPOs or directly from the patient. We are pretty confident to cover a wide range of different needs and activities with our range. And the All-Pro is just that, a foot developed directly from input. From Helene Ripa, a Paralympian. She used a running blade and really liked it, but she had problems when she wanted to start walking when she was out running or stopping, because it's really unstable if you're not running due to the lack of a heel. So with input from her, she was like, can we just put a heel on a running blade? And our engineer in USA said, okay, let's do it. So basically, Wave Comfort, another feet in our line, together with a running blade, developed into the foot in the middle, which later evolved to the All-Pro foot. So, what All-Pro gives you is a lot of different options because it has 4 different build heights. It's an everyday foot. You can use it for walking, hiking, and different type of sports activities, and then also, of course, running. All these options gives good opportunities to find the optimal foot for you. And I can stand here and talk about the technical specifications, but that's not what you're interested in. You want to see how the foot actually works. So first, a short video showing just that.
Thought I couldn't breathe without you. I'm inhaling. Thought I couldn't see without your perfect vision. Thought I couldn't last without you, but I'm lasting. Thought that I would die without you, but I'm living. I'm a survivor. I'm not gonna give up. I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna work harder. I'm a survivor. I'm gonna make it. I'm a survivor. Keep on surviving.
And we are lucky today to actually have Hilton on the video here with us. So I'm going to stop talking and let him come up instead. He's a super all-pro user, kind of, and also a Fillauer All-Star ambassador. So I'll leave it up to you.
Thank you. Can you hear me? Great. Okay, so a little history about me, my leg story, because everyone needs to have a leg story. I lost my leg when I was 20 in India. I was working as a travel photographer, and I was right at the beginning of my journey, and middle of the night going to the Taj Mahal. A truck came from behind, went straight over the tuk-tuk, the rickshaw that I was traveling in, and just kept going. And I went underneath, and it dragged me along for about half a kilometer. And so my arm was completely broken, my leg all the way from my hip all the way down. My toes came off in the accident. My right hand was completely smashed. My fingers, I couldn't, they were just like jelly afterwards. And many other things as well. But I realized straight from the beginning that I was really lucky to live from that. It was a crazy accident. The driver never stopped either. So my friends who were with me had to hitchhike, flag a car down to come and pick me up from the road and take me to a hospital. So yeah, I was very, very lucky that I had friends around who got me. And then eventually the embassy, the British embassy, got me from the hospital in Agra to Delhi first and then back to the UK. So yes, I had septicemia and gangrene. So they kept amputating, starting quite low and then going higher and higher, but the bone was too diseased even by then, so they had to keep going. If I'd stayed one more day in India, they were going to amputate my leg here, my arm here, and they were going to take these fingers because they couldn't control the infection. It kept spreading. So lucky, and I realized that from the beginning. But one thing I got as a little bonus gift, they gave me blood while I was there because I lost so much. They didn't screen it for hepatitis C at that time. I didn't know. When I got back to the UK, they didn't screen it for hepatitis C. They screened it for HIV, which was the big worry at the time. Clear for that. Then they focused on fixing the rest of me. So it wasn't until 16 years after that I found out when I moved to Sweden. I thought, okay, I've been living in Thailand for 10 years. I'll get a proper checkup now I'm in Sweden. And they looked at my blood and they said, how have you been treating your hepatitis C? And I said, I don't have hepatitis C. And they said, you have got hepatitis C. And I said, oh, okay, with beer, actually. I didn't know I had it. So yeah, not the right thing to do. The doctor said then, if I carried on the way that I was going, my liver was going to become more and more damaged because the compound effect of the hepatitis C and alcohol. I had to make a big change in my life. So I had to swap to something else and take the treatment. The treatment took 3 years. I did 3 different treatments for hepatitis C, but all of them, no alcohol, of course, like all the way through. And I went to training instead. So first it was like normal training in Friskis, but that was a little bit solitary and on my own, and I was looking for some kind of challenge, but still very low energy. But as soon as the treatment worked, after 3 years, then suddenly I just had all this energy and I didn't know what to do with it. So I went on Instagram and I started looking to see what do other people do in Sweden for sports and leisure activities, and I found the Tough Viking. And I thought, that's almost the most ridiculous thing that I can do as an amputee. Let's do that. And so I started training for it. And I talked to various people, someone called Bo Rakatis, who maybe people know. I think an amazing guy. And I saw him climbing a rope on Instagram. So I texted him, I asked, how are you doing this? And he said, okay, there's a trick. If you go through the hoop in your leg, and he taught me all the tricks. I can't tell you, it's privileged information. But I realized very quickly how friendly the community was, especially on Instagram. Everyone was so quick to offer advice, including Fillauer. So as I started to have problems with different foot shells and that sort of thing, they would look at my Instagram posts and stories and offer suggestions and help. And when they wanted to meet me, they actually said, well, we're better than the gym. We'll meet you at the gym, we'll do the workout with you, and then we'll talk about how we can maybe come up with a better solution. And the solution for my first one, Tough Viking, was